It's certainly getting hot at the moment. It's 37 degrees in this greenhouse this afternoon, and it's probably going to get higher than that. I've got the double doors open at that end, the double doors open at this end, the roof vents open. I've got 4 of those, and all 3 louvers open, and 2 fans going. And it's still 37 degrees. So I'm doing a seedling update today. So I thought I'd just quickly sort of update you on the greenhouse and how it's going. So yeah, I'm watering the strawberries and the tomatoes twice a day, and they're coping pretty well actually. I'm really happy with them. There's loads of fruit on. I think we'll be harvesting those in maybe a week's time. Certainly 2 weeks' time. Obviously the strawberries are going crazy. They're absolutely loving it. I'm feeding once a week, just ordinary tomato food for everything. Apart from the cucumbers, giving those a bit more nitrogen. And yeah, and I've started to move a lot of stuff outside because, you know, looking at the long range forecast, basically it's not getting any colder. At the moment it's sort of 11 degrees, 10, 11 degrees at night. The odd night drops down to 8 degrees, but hardened off plants can cope with that. So I think they're just going to be happier outside, you know. So I've moved more than half the peppers outside. I've moved the courgettes outside. I've moved one of the tomatoes that was struggling a bit. I think I might lose it outside. That has not been suffering because of the heat. It did catch a bit of cold because I had to leave these doors open while we were on holiday, and the wind just blew in, and I think it got a bit of a chill. But anyway, it's outside. So I've still got loads of stuff in here though. It's nice, but everything's got lots more airflow. Nothing's crammed in now. Everything's got a lot of space. And I'm hoping that'll control the aphids a bit because we've got a few little aphid problems. Nothing very serious at the moment. My solution to aphids pretty much is airflow, and you know, and with airflow comes lots of access to the polytunnel for predators, and those 2 things generally keep everything under control. You know, really aphids just love it when there's sort of still, damp air, and that's what I'm trying to avoid. So let's take you through quickly what we've got. Oh yeah, loads of stuff planted out. So all the main crop peppers are planted out now, 36 of them. Just about to plant out these tomatoes, those tomatoes down there in the greenhouse, just clearing all that at the moment. Yeah, all the beds on the allotment are all full, including the melon beds. They're full of cauliflowers and calabrese at the moment. The melons are here, and obviously they've got a little bit of time before they go out, but there's plenty of those. And I've got my crown princes, winter squashes there. They're all looking really nice. And again, sow these all nice and late so that I'm not under any pressure to get them out. They'll probably be absolutely fine out right now, but you know, that doesn't mean that we're not going to have a cold snap. We often do actually in early June. So yeah, I always keep an eye on the long range forecast. And I've got my aubergines here, waiting for space really, but I'll probably be putting those out, well, somewhere in this greenhouse fairly soon. And I've got my cucumbers here, main crop cucumbers for the polytunnel. And actually they could probably go out in about 2 weeks' time as well. So a lot of this will go out in 2 or 3 weeks' time, basically. I've got a few more courgettes, which I'll keep in reserve in bigger pots, just in case. A few spare peppers. Sweet corn's hardening off outside. Got another batch of sweet corn here. Got some spare crown prince squash and courgettes there, just in case. Got my late potatoes in the tray. And I'll be planting those out pretty soon actually. Just made space for those on the drive and on the patio. As I said, I've got my tomatoes. They're going out this week in the polytunnel, and I've got some more tomatoes there. They're ones that I took from side shoots of these plants, and these plants are up here now, so they're doing pretty well. They've got one, I'll count this one, it's easier to see them, 1, 2, 3 trusses with fruits, and 4, 5 trusses coming. So I'm quite pleased with those. Those are sun gold and honeycomb, and yeah, that one's got 1, 2 trusses with fruits by the look of it. Sometimes I miss them, and then another 2 trusses without fruits yet. So they're coming on well, and there's obviously all these are absolutely full of tomatoes, and so these will come first, then these honeycomb and sun gold will come second, and by the time these plants are exhausted, the main crop ones in the polytunnel will be well on. I've got some to go outside as well, and eventually I'll take just a few side shoots off some of these plants just before I scrap them and compost them, and then those side shoots will be the plants that will leave in the greenhouse for a harvest in autumn through to winter. So I think, is that everything? That's almost everything in here. I've just got French beans, and then, oh, they're just about to come up. I just can see the compost starting to break. So I've got French beans there just behind the camera. They're doing really nicely. They're just starting to flower, and so these obviously, hopefully, these I'm just starting there. They'll follow on from those that are in that container. And I've got some New Zealand spinach and the next batch of sweet corn, which has not broken surface yet. So yeah, that's everything. Not very much, is it really? But that is because so much planted on the allotments already. So I think I'm done. I've got obviously loads of moving parts in all of this. I've got a nice little newsletter that takes you through every week what I'm sowing, pricking out, potting on, planting, harvesting, and all the issues, you know, what pests to deal with at that time of year, how I'm feeding stuff, just general progress in all my growing environment. So the greenhouse, the garden, the 2 allotment plots, the polytunnel, and links to all the relevant guides and all that sort of thing in my ebook and all that. So with that, my name's Steve, and I'll see you soon.